We are live with Max. It's okay then. Here you go. Max is in a bit of a mood today. He wanted to play on the floor, and he just got a big no to that. If you give me a minute, get him a SNACK. It's okay, Max. Yeah. You got toys. There's nothing quite like chasing a bird for a live stream. Hey Max, is that good? Is that good? Do you want eggies? Want eggs? It's kind of hot. There we go. We have eggies on the menu. And Max definitely enjoys his eggies. There we go. Yeah. Saturday morning, it really is egg time for Max. He really enjoys having some eggies for breakfast. Quite tasty. I think Chico's trying to tell me that he wants some eggies too. Want more eggies, buddy? Want some more eggies? Got more. Are they good? Here. Yeah! That's right. Hey, Chico. I might have some eggies for you too. Can I come over? Max is behaving himself. Yeah. I heard you ringing your bell. Now you sit there and I'll get you some eggs. Good bird. Yeah. Max definitely really enjoys an eggy treat. I think part of it is because it is warm, but it's also quite tasty. If I let him, he would have eggs every day. Eggs, like anything else, are best served in moderation. And Max does not like the word moderation. Whoops. But, Eggy, here you go. But he does get eggs on, once a week. Won't hurt him. He gets to share an egg. Max does not like the word share very much. He seems to think all should be for him. But I mean, he is a bird. He is the center of the universe. So I see I've got a bunch of comments. Just pulling up in another device. You join me for a live stream regularly, you will know that I try to check the comments, keep up with them, but I do use a second device for comments just so that I can keep track of everything that is happening and I don't accidentally turn off a stream. Now that would never happen. Hey Max, you want some more eggies? We'll reach in here and get your own. They're a little bit fragmented right now. Go get some. Here you go. Oh boy. Mighty XT, yes, you do see a bird. We've got Rebecca and Cheryl. Christine. Hello, Christine, and happy Birdmas. Greenbird's here. Katzen, welcome to the stream. Yes, Cheryl, you definitely heard Tico in the background. Ash, Max can talk when he chooses to. Max does not talk as clearly as some other parrots. A little bit more eggy? Nope. Max, I want you to stay up, please. Stay up. Thank you. Yeah, apparently today is more shred the wood day. Max enjoys shredding the wood. Hopefully he does not choose to extend that privilege to the chair. So I've had a few people comment on the difference in chair. I've actually just brought in one of the outdoor chairs that we usually sit on the patio. It's a lot easier to clean when Max decides to toss eggy and stuff on it, and he's had a few juicy treats for streams. And yeah, apparently I'm not doing my job. There we go. He is now in focus. Ash, Max was eating a cooked eggy. He loves his eggs. They are actually quite healthy, but everything in moderation. I know sometimes people look at me oddly when they say, your bird eats eggs. Absolutely. After all, you're an human and you eat beef. A chicken egg is not the same as a cockatoo egg, although they are all birds. They are not the same subspecies. So, Tango, glad to see you. How's the paw doing? Cheryl says it's sunny and -1 in Vancouver, and she forgot to bring the hummingbird feeders in. Raining on the East Coast for Tango. Ash, Max does not usually fly. Every bird can fly. When startled, they wave their wings and the universe relocates itself, much to their surprise. Inside the house, there's not a lot of opportunity to fly. It's not really a safe spot. And certainly outside, too many hawks, falcons, dangers. You know, I do not free fly Max, absolutely not. He's also a little bit of a scaredy bird. He likes to remain close to the buildings, and he gets, what are you doing, buddy? He gets a little bit nervous when he starts, up. Come on. Max? Oh, seriously? Seriously? You want to be under. Under was not really an option for the stream. I can see some feet. Apparently Max is being the director as well today, and he is setting up what he wants to do. There we go. Let him play there for a few minutes. Hey, Max. Hey, Max, what you doing? And Max does enjoy playing on the base of his cage. It's one of his favorite spots to play, and apparently he's extending that to the underside of this particular chair. Don't really encourage him playing on the floor, but he seems to have a one-track mind right now. I'll let him play there for a couple of minutes. Keep an eye on the baseboard. I'm sure that is exactly what he has in mind. Some really yummy, tasty baseboards that he'd like to get a peek into. Come on, if you own birds, you know the struggle. Absolutely you do. You know that that bird is looking at baseboard and looking at a bunch of other stuff that they are probably not supposed to get into. Yes, Tango, Max is the master of his own fate. Hi, Rhonda. Cheryl, Tango, Ash. Let's see who else is here. Yes, Tango, I think Max does want to make some underground movies. Hey, Mary Korn Einstein, so glad to see that you are joining us. Assez-vous? Yeah, so the gang is all here. So maybe I should just drop this a little bit. Okay. Max, what you doing down there? There we go. You're not going on the floor, buddy. Max, do you realize that you're making today a little tough? Everything I had planned can't be done on the floor? And Max is just gleefully ignoring me. Yeah, Pie Girl, definitely animal products. Different vets have different takes on animal products. Things like eggs and meat are okay occasionally, not as part of a daily diet, but they are okay as a bit of a treat. One thing that's really good about eggs is they do have a lot of calcium in them. And keeping the birds eating a nice wide variety means that they're willing to try new things, new vegetables, new fruits, even new pelleted foods, because they know that food is a bit of a variety. There's definitely a lot of different choices there. I would recommend against giving birds, and I'll say right now, I'm not a vet, but I have talked to a number of vets. I would recommend against giving a bird eggs as a daily diet. That would not be a good idea. Same with humans. You can have a lot of variety, but all in moderation. Max is pretty healthy. He's got good blood values. He just likes to eat a bit of variety as he goes with different things, and eggies are definitely one of his favorite treats. There's a lot worse things that he can be eating. So, very good point. Not a daily diet, but an occasional treat, absolutely. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. Not going to be much left to that particular one when you're done. Look at you going out to the woods. Wood, huh? All right, I'm going to let Max play on the floor for a few minutes. Hopefully I'm going to remember to keep him in focus as he moves around. Tango actually has a really good question. Do you ever have problems with birds eating the paint off the walls? Well, I can tell you that Tico and Max are both accomplished birds. They know how to peel wallpaper. They know how to chew baseboard, door frames, doors, drawers. They know how to pick at things like paint. They do have a multi-talented ability. Now, the birds also understand that the walls are not toys, neither are door frames, and they are supervised when beaks are within reach, mostly because while I'm quite capable of repairing drywall, and I'm quite capable of replacing baseboard, I don't enjoy doing it. So I give many other good things that can be chewed on that are not baseboard-like. Having said that, a beak can get into a baseboard very, very quickly. So I am keeping a very close eye on Max. Yeah, Greenbird's right. Yes, Tango, supervised, anything can happen to a wall. I actually have kind of a bit of a funny story. If you know me, you know that I also used to have a lesser sulfur-crested cockatoo named Athena. She was, weaned as a baby. She was a really cutie. Unfortunately, she crossed the Rainbow Bridge a number of years ago. But I was out of town, and my flock at the time, it was Chico and Athena, were staying with a friend. And they had a relatively small place and a semi-developed basement. The basement actually had some nice big windows. There were studs that were walled in. There was no active construction going on down there, but my friend was spending a fair bit of time in the basement just reorganizing things. And I was only gone for a week, and it seemed to be the best spot to put the cages. As I said, her upstairs was quite small. It was either that or stacked cages in a hallway where they would have to be climbed over top of to get down the hall. It was a good choice. Normally I wouldn't say keep the bird in the basement, but for a week, it's not going to be a big problem. The birds had a lot of attention. Well, Tina's cage, I set it up, I pulled it away from one of the stud walls, and I made a comment about curious beaks would probably find that to be a great toy. And I made a conscious choice about this as I set up the cages, built up the cages, and I went out of town. Well, when I got back, my friend Michelle decided to show me the mischief that Thina had been up to. Little Miss Thina had been hanging out in her cage, and she'd been bored. Now, at some point, Michelle had shifted the cage back and just rolled it closer to the wall so it was not in the way. You can probably guess what direction this one's going. Yeah, sure enough, wall was in reach of a curious beak. And Thina thought it was awfully nice of the spot where she was staying to provide her with such great chewing. I mean, untreated pine, and it was on a wall. It was just reachable through the cage bars, very beakable. At least it was an unfinished wall, and it's easy to replace studs, but it was pretty funny looking at just how much she splintered while my friend was at work. She just sort of looked and went, "Oh, hey, I've got a new game today." And nobody was there to tell her, so she went for it. It was pretty funny. Yeah, Tango Elliott makes a really good point. Tango Elliott says, I know of a bird that ate paint chips and got cancer. Certainly, paint that is built for walls, you don't know what's going to be in it. Older paint, we're talking about houses that were built maybe in the 50s or 60s, and it's going to depend where you live. But some of the original paints in these houses may have contained lead. They may have contained all sorts of nasty things. Today's paint is a little bit safer. Today's paint is built that a baby can try to gnaw on the wall, and that's a baby human, without poisoning themselves. But some of the original paints in houses, they were not that safe. Older houses especially. And paint builds up over time, and when you start chipping at paint, you've got different layers. Good paint might be on top, bad paint might be underneath. Not a good thing to be beaking at or chewing at. But that's true with a lot of things. Even some of the baby toys, from years past, or Christmas decorations. You have some of the heritage heirloom Christmas decorations. You have no idea what kind of paint and materials were used. It could be lead-based, it could have heavy metals, it could have all sorts of things. Today, when manufacturers make Christmas ornaments, they are not meant for young children to be licking or chewing or doing, or trying to eat. But they are made a lot safer in case a child does get their hand on it. And that could be a human child or the beak in the case of a feathered child. So they are made much safer today than they were in years past. Really, Max, you're just going to shred paper now? That is a very satisfying sound. Yeah, Max is having fun. Yeah, actually, a week ago, I put out a video called Holiday Hazards. If you have not seen that video yet, after the stream, I encourage you to go and check it out. I will toss a link to it up on my community wall. And definitely a huge, huge thank you to those of you who have been sharing it out. I know Einstein, the Talking Texas Parrot, did share out the link to that as well. Really, really appreciate that, Einstein and Marsha. It definitely helps when you can get the word out, but it talks about some of the hazards of the holidays. And some of the heirloom ornaments are something that was mentioned in that particular video. What are you doing back there, bud? Come on. Come on. I'm actually going to invite Max to come out from there. Come on. Come. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pop that there. You go steps. There you go. Oh, big poopers. Big poopers. Really big poopers. I'm actually going to, Max had a bit of water just before this, I think. Here, Max, you grab that. I'm going to grab a fresh piece of paper to toss on top of that. And I'm going to get you some new toys to play with. Yeah, I usually don't put down fresh paper, but that one was quite juicy. Hey, Maxwell. Well, hey Max, do you want a new box with some toys? Let's see what I've got. What have I got for a box? This box will do. Now I've got, Max. Yeah. I've got an Amazon box for you, Max. And I'm going to flip it around that way. So I don't want an address. Put up. There you go. There you go. Ha-ha. What have you got? Yeah, that looks like fun. Yes, Max still has his other box. I just thought it would be fun today to tuck in a new box. If you have a parrot, you know that it can be a good thing to give new things. Even the same thing that looks a little bit different is considered new. And birds get bored. I mean, face it, humans get bored. If you do the same thing all the time, you're going to get bored with it as well. And you can, Maxwell. Maxwell. Yeah, and and like humans, Max is going to get bored with doing the same things all the time. He wants a little bit of variety. He wants to have new things, the same things in new ways. And the same thing in new ways can be a lot of fun. Maxwell. But I rotate that around. Whoops, watch your toes. There you go. Okay. Now it's about the cardboard for a little while. And now we've got a block to chew. So I've actually had some people ask the question. They've got a bird and they're wondering, how do they get the bird to behave? They'll tell me that the bird is chewing on walls or baseboards or door frames, that the bird is getting into all sorts of trouble that he's not supposed to. And quite honestly, I don't blame the bird. The bird is bored, the bird is curious. The bird wants to see what's going on and wants to check everything out. Now, Max, if you have a bird, you will know. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come. It is all about the art of distraction. Right now, I've got a bird on my arm. And he's looking at me and he's telling me that he does not maybe want to go back on the chair. He wants to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to just brush off the chair. Now the reason I'm brushing off the chair here is because I'm not a fan of splinters. Especially not splinters in the derriere. And Max wants something a little bit different, so I'm going to sit down with Max. Gonna sit with me, buddy? Okay. Here we go. And I've just grabbed a secondary device so I can see what's going on. And Max wants a bit of attention. It's just he's bored right now. He wants to do something new. He wants to do something exciting. And Chico wants to go on a walkabout. Hang on, buddy. I'll be right back. Chico. Come on. No, Chico. Not the dishwasher. Step up. Thank you, Chico. So yeah, now Max is playing. Maybe I don't have to sit down with him again because now he's got something new that's kind of fun to play with. Yeah. What do you think, Max? Do you want to play with a Kleenex? Oh. So, like a young child, your parents will get into stuff. Absolutely. And it's not because the bird is a bad bird. It is because the bird is bored or the bird wants something new to do. We get the same way, right? We get bored, we want something new to do. Having the same thing the same way gets boring after a time. Isn't that right, Tico? So if you've got a bird that's misbehaving themselves, it's not the bird's fault, it's your fault. You, the human. It's your job to keep the bird entertained. If they're doing something they shouldn't, you need to change the context. Now, all of my birds understand and no. Those are two things that I can say even if I'm across the room, and it buys me enough time to get across the room and encourage the bird to do something that is perhaps a bit better. In this case, he's now got two to play with, dropped one. Hi. What's this? What's this? What's this? So the bird, when he gets bored, he's not trying to get into trouble. He's just trying to find something new to do. He might have one-track mind, like Tico does today. Rah, rah, rah. And Tico's one-track mind is to find a nesting spot. So every time Tico gets on the floor where I don't want him, I pick him up, I put him back on the perch, and I just say no, and then I offer him something new to do. Something he's not been doing, something that will distract, because, you know, as soon as the bird's been distracted, he suddenly has something new to do. He has something new to think about, something new to occupy him, and he's going to quit thinking about being in trouble, where he was perhaps, Max. Max, up please. Up. Come on. So Max has forgotten he went to go out to the floor because he's got something new happening here. Now he's got a toy to play with. But you do the same thing if you have a young infant. The child gets into something they're not supposed to. You just take them away, they're going to cry, they're going to be very, very upset. Come on, we've all seen it. Oh, what did I do? But you suddenly change the channel and you find something new to play with, something new to do, and that child is now interested, they're engaged, maybe they're overtired. And absolutely, you know, if they're hungry, fix that. If they're thirsty, fix that. If they're wet, fix that. But with a young child, similar thing. They get into trouble, you change the context. You offer them something new to play with, something new to look at. Max, in this case, now he's looking at the jingle ball. There's something new happening. He is feeling a little bit flirtatious this week. And I can tell you, earlier this week, he was very hormonal. He had a rather unhealthy interest in my left arm, and he wanted my left arm to lay an egg. Spoiler alert, my left arm did not help him out. But this does not surprise me. Every birdie I know right now for the Moluccans and even the umbrellas, it's that time of the year. Our friend Q just laid 2 eggs. So did Violet in New York City. Now Violet's an umbrella. Quite a few other female cockatoos on social media that we know have been laying eggs. Now, you know, basically Max has been trying to build a nest. He's been trying to be a really, really good bird daddy. He's been encouraging my left arm and my left knee to lay an egg. Similar to with toys, when Max gets bored or he starts fixating on something, I distract. I offer something more interesting to do. In this case, right now, he's enjoying the sound of the jingle ball, and he's dancing around a little bit. I'm just stepping side to side, so he's actually swaying with me. Hi! It's a jingle ball. Here's another jingles. So here, I'm just offering some fun things to listen to here. Okay, you want to play with jingle ball? Yeah. Yeah, you help. Now I'm keeping my fingers kind of clear here. So you'll notice Max totally forgot that he wanted to be on the floor. He now has something else he wants to do, and he's quite fixated on. Yeah, a Jingle Ball, like many other toys, is a supervised toy. It's not something that I let him play with unsupervised. It's a hard plastic. He could easily bite through it. It is a baby toy, so you know a few things with baby toys. You know that the plastic is built to have babies teething on them and chewing on them, so it's not going to be a toxic plastic, so it's not specifically a bird toy. He could get into trouble with it. Right now he just wants to jingle jangle it. He wants to turn it around. He wants to beak it. It's interesting. It does have a bunch of small screws in it that are holding two sides together. It's something I don't want him to get his beak onto, but he's more interested in the ball itself. So I just supervise as he plays with it. Oh, he's tired of that, so I'm going to roll it into the bin of toys. Now Max is looking at me saying, hey, I'm bored. What else is there to play with? Max, would you like a large grocery bag? What's with the grocery bag? Yeah? You helping me do my shopping? The store near me, they're really trying to discourage people from bringing in reusable bags, and they got rid of plastic bags. So they've been bringing in the grocery bags, the if you will, the old-fashioned paper bags. These I don't mind because I recycle the way of the flock. Now Max is being kind of clever here. You'll notice that he just put the bag right up against the wall and the door frame. That beak, the next thing you could do is reach over and say, oh, look, Ma, I'm just playing with the door frame. Or I'm just playing with the bag. I'm not interested in the door frame. His real target is the door frame. I know his tricks. And knowing his tricks means that I'm a little bit more prepared to deal with it when I see him getting into potential trouble. But I've just moved it, I've distracted it. He now is playing with the bag and he is happy. At least for the next 5 minutes. Hey, Tico. Tico, what you doing? I seriously have to distract you too. Here. Yeah, Greenbird says that they have parrot and non-parrot shirts. For the non-bird owners, are probably thinking, well, that's cute. She has birds with pictures of parrots and pictures without parrots. No. What she's actually saying is she has shirts that have been beaked and shirts that have yet to be beaked. It's not a case of having a shirt that is not a parrot shirt. It's a case of it's not a parrot shirt yet. And certainly beaks can do a lot of damage. They want to play. They want to get into things. I think they're being helpful. Yeah. Woo! You want to play toss, Max? Let's see if there's something better to toss. How about a few of these toys? Whoop. Tico, where did you go? Max. Okay, I'm gonna just deal with one bird at a time. Tico, I said no. Max, oops. There we go. We got a camera on him. Can you guys keep an eye on him while I put Tico back on his perch for the 78th time today? Hey, Max, what you doing? What you doing down there? Come on up. Come over here. I'm gonna buzz rush you. Here you go. I saw the way you were looking at me. Yeah. Now, how about we turn this into a toy? Go poop. So is this a fun toy? How about we do it this way? Yes, Tico, I am watching you. Yes, Max, I'm watching you too. Yeah, so right now I really do have my hands full. I think Max was thinking, well, last week we got to go outside. How come we can't go outside this week? Because this week it's snowing and it is very cold out. And nobody in their right mind is going to go outside wearing shirt sleeves or just feathers. Please. Here you go. Hi. Hi, Tico. Yeah, so Max and Tico, I think both have been quite into that whole hormonal thing, understanding that perhaps there's something a bit more interesting in the world. They want to try and help with some eggies. Would you like one of these? Yeah, that'll be fun to destroy. Tico, come on. Tico. I said no. Yes, Tico, I said no. Are you gonna bark for me, Max? Max, can you bark? Max, did you know Tango's watching? Are you talking to Tango? Are you telling him all sorts of secrets about Birdmas? Tango, Max is definitely answering your questions in his own language. Ooh, yes, yes. I'm just catching up on comments now. My hands have been a little bit full chasing two birds, both who have been having a short attention span of a gnat. And as I said, you know, hormones do play into that. Sometimes they start acting up. The weather's not nice, they're bored, they're hormonal, they want to go do something. Tico was really fixated on getting underneath every single piece of furniture. But, and you heard that Max does become Maxwell. That's usually used when I want him to pay attention and I want to get his attention. It's his full name. He knows his full name. He knows his full name means that he is about to start getting into a bit of trouble and that he should probably pay attention before his pet Ooman gets upset. What are you doing, buddy? Max? Yeah, we can climb back up. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Christine says she gets bored easily too. Tango asks if you were sitting in the living room and Max was somewhere else, would he fly to you to hang out? No, Tango, he would probably run over to me to see me. He knows how to use his legs, he knows how to climb the stairs, he knows how to run and hop, and that's really his preferred mode of locomotion. He does not fly that often. A few minutes ago you heard Tico's wings. Tico was getting frustrated with the fact that I kept putting him on top of his perch tree, and he clearly wanted to be on the ground. I was being the dumb woman. So he actually then started flying to the ground because it was the most effective route down. And he knows that he can do that. Are you going to dance for me, Max? You going to dance? Yeah. Let's dance. Let's do a little dance. Yeah, Max is now quieting down for a little bit. Einstein says that he's been feeding his toys. Yeah. When I have Thena over here, Thena seems to be quite interested in feeding me. I don't know, maybe he thinks that I need a little fattening up, but he has tried to stuff my ear before. I can tell you from personal experience, not a fun sensation. Tank Elliott says, there was a Saturday Night Live routine where they had people feeding each other like birds. Oh my gosh, that would have been so funny. I'm going to have to go find that one. Yes. Hi, Mookie. Yes, Einstein is in the house. Tango, if Max had thumbs, he would be real trouble. But he does have opposable claws. Just going to shift in a little bit closer. Let's see. Now, just give this a minute. Hoping I'm not cutting him off. Oh, I am a little bit. Okay, let's just go up a little bit. There. And you can see how his claws are somewhat opposable. He's picking up a foot. He's got 2 toes on the front, 2 toes on the back. And they are built to grasp things. They are built to pick things up. Yeah, and Tango says, I go wherever I want to go. Well, that's what the birds think too, but there are certain places that they are not allowed to go. 2 reasons. Number 1, it's not a good spot for them to be for themselves. Number 2, it's not a good spot for them to be for my house. There are some things that are off limits. And anybody with birds will understand that. Tango says, we want Tico. Tango, I actually popped Tico back inside of his cage because he really wanted to be underneath all of the furniture. And I'm trying to pay attention to Max right now. And Tico got his warnings about that. He's actually having a snack, so he's not too bothered. After the stream, I'll take Tico out and spend some one-on-one time with him. Tico does not think one-on-one time involves somebody holding a camera. You know that he hates the paparazzi birdie. Almost as much, Tango, as you hated the paparazzi birdie, the paparazzi the doggy the other day. Yeah, Max, you look like you're about ready for a nap. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tango. Some days the birds are a little bit more capricious than others. And, you know, I think this week has actually been a bit of a weird week. And I'll just tell you a little bit about some of what happened this week if you're not on the other socials. Max found out that I had an important talk at a Connie Friends. And Max decided that maybe Connie was important and asked if he could talk to the Connie Friends. Yeah. I definitely admit I was a bit concerned about talking at a conference. It was a virtual conference, and virtual conferences are so much more difficult than speaking at a live conference. At a live conference, sure, you can see your audience, but you have instant feedback. You know if people are nodding, you know if they're looking at their phone. If you crack a joke, you can see if they're smiling or laughing. And certainly the group around people tend to encourage their, Max, there you go. Tend to encourage their behaviors a little bit. And so definitely a little bit stressful to talk on a virtual conference, and this one was an important professional one. My biggest concern, though, was that Max was going to decide to join in, He's been pretty good with work meetings. Oh, go poop, buddy. Yeah, this is not a bird toy, bud, but it makes some fun jingle jangle sounds. This is just another way to distract Max when he's feeling capricious. So I was talking at that, and what I did beforehand, I came downstairs, and the birds got a virtual buffet of treats, a whole bunch of new toys, some music, everything I could think of to distract them. And I was upstairs, just logging into the system, talking to the moderator, and getting ready to go on. And Max decided, maybe I should tell the neighborhood that there's an important conversation about to go on. I think we got a couple of new followers from conference staff, but he was really well behaved for the rest of the conference and while I was talking, which was definitely appreciated. My coworkers, they all understand that I have a Moluccan cockatoo, and he, for the most part, has been good, but he does have a tendency, the more important the meeting, the more likely he is to crash it. A board meeting, absolutely. He wants to be part and parcel of that one. Oh, yes. Okay, let's just catch up on a few of the comments here. Mookie asks, Tango, how do your socks fit? Yes, Tango, I saw that you were commenting on social media that you got your box socks. I'm actually hoping that you're going to post up some pictures because I know that you got them in purple, and the ones I was showing off here the other day were in yellow. If you were not on the stream when I was talking about the socks, I've still got them here, and I'm just going to shift the camera back a little bit. And these ones are the socks. So let's just split them off. There we go. And they are tube socks. They do have a beautiful, beautiful Max print on them. You know, you can see that. Bok, bok, bok. And they are kind of fun. These ones are in the really goldenrod warm yellow. A lot of fun. But those are available from the store on Teespring. And they do make a great stocking stuffer. I think there's still time to order in for Birdmas if anybody's interested. And I did toss a new design up on the store as well. So that is kind of fun. But yeah, so I was pretty excited that Tango Elliott had ordered a pair of the box socks. Oh, Tango says, the boot fits well. There should be a picture on my Instagram. Yes, Tango, we saw your boot as well. Yes, Tango, I'd love to see pictures of the socks on Instagram. And I'm glad that you like the purple. Sometimes it's hard when you're just seeing a color online and you don't know what it's actually going to look like. I mean, I've seen yellows that are beautiful and warm. I've seen yellows that are sort of anemic. I've seen some that sort of almost look like yellow puke. But the color of yellow on these socks, it's really warm, and it was actually what I had in mind. So I was quite pleasantly surprised. You know, it's always nice when you get the color that you have in mind. Isn't that right, buddy? And Tango says they're well made. Great, great. Yeah, not cheaply made. That's always good. It's one of those things too. When you buy things online, you're never quite sure about the quality. These ones come from Teespring, and Einstein also has some really great merchandise on Teespring. If you're looking for African Grey merchandise, take a look at Max. Maxwell, what you doing? Einstein has some great merchandise there as well, some really cool African Grey designs. I will put up a few more Tico designs as well. Maxwell, oh, how about a little bit more bell? So, you know, Max is getting quite capricious. I think he's telling me he wants to go do something else other than be on the chair. So I'm going to use this opportunity to call it a day. I'm going to post up a link to the holiday hazards video that I talked about if anybody missed it. Oh, and if anybody missed our Thursday video, we had quite the surprise, quite the bonus surprise for everybody. In addition to posting up a Saturday or a bonus Thursday video, as you know, I usually try to just put up the Tuesday videos, but lately I've been doing the bonus. I gave everybody a big bonus. I also posted I scheduled my Tuesday video, and I released them both at the exact same time on Thursday. Apparently I had not had enough sleep and I was not paying attention. So 2 brand new videos hit the YouTube channel on Thursday morning. So if you missed either of those are up there. I also have a brand new Christmas video coming up and hoping that one is going to release tomorrow. Just have to finish a few clips. Max needs to behave on a couple of clips, but I will tell you, Einstein's even going to be making a quick cameo in this one, and it's going to be a really fun, heartwarming Christmas story, and it's collaboration with my friend Lori of Gonzo fame. So look forward to that. That one's going to be a lot of fun, and that's coming out hopefully tomorrow as well. So lots of stuff on the go. And on that, I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay tuned to the socials. The 12 days of Birdmas are starting. I need to figure out how many days until Birdmas, but I think we're within a day or so of that. Einstein can probably tell me, because I know he's been keeping track of how many days on his virtual, or well, not so virtual, on his numbered advent calendar. So that's kind of fun. So lots of fun stuff coming up for the holidays. And I want to wish everybody an absolutely wonderful, wonderful week. Gonna go in for a close-up. All right, everybody. Take care. Stay healthy. Oh, Einstein says 13 days till Merry Corn. Einstein, that means that Birdmas, the 12 days of Birdmas, officially start tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.